My name is Andrea Stevens, and this is Franklin Boulevard Media. Okay, so I grew up in Franklinton, North Carolina. I am a native North Carolinian, and Franklinton's located north of Raleigh. So I grew up in a small town outside of Wake County. It was great. Living in a small town, everybody kind of knows everyone. Most of my relatives live in my hometown. Even actually about 85-90% of my relatives still live in Franklinton today. So it was a good environment. I had a traditional childhood, elementary, middle, high school. Graduated high school top of my class, and I had the honor of attending the North Carolina State University in Raleigh. So my hope and dreams when I graduated from high school was to major in pre-med or pre-pharmacy and attend pharmacy school or medical school. I had a goal of working in the healthcare field. So I attended North Carolina State University. My major was pre-med, based biology. And shortly after being there, I decided that maybe science wasn't truly my strong point. And I moved on to major in education. So, sometimes in life you make changes. So I went to state, majored in pre-med, thought I was going to, or pre-pharmacy, and thought I would go to pharmacy school or medical school. Decided I need to punt, make a change. I changed to education, focused on middle grades. And then shortly thereafter, I met my husband. We were college sweethearts. We dated through our latter years at NC State. And funny story, when I first met him, it was during the spring, I guess they call it Meet the Player Day. I had never gone to a football game. So I went to meet the Player Day in the spring, and then the next season I attended every football game, home and away. So I was all in. So I graduated from state, and I made a decision to stay in Raleigh. I had a lot of good friends that lived in the Raleigh area, and it just became an incubator for college students. I love the city. Wasn't far from home. So I had an apartment in Raleigh, went into the workforce, worked in a corporate America with sales with a small company there in the Cary area, and just kind of liked the vibe of what was going on in the Wake County area. My husband and I continued to date. He had moved on professionally to play professional football. And when he exited his professional career, we became engaged, and we later married and stayed in Raleigh. So it's a funny story. How did I get to Gaston County? My husband and I got married. We lived in Raleigh for a little bit. He went back to school, finished his undergrad. I think he had a semester to go. And once he received his undergrad, we made a decision that he would begin to explore career opportunities. And wherever he got a job opportunity, we decided we would go. And the city of Gastonia offered him a job here in Gastonia, and that's how we ended up in Western North Carolina. So shortly after he was offered the career opportunity, we learned that we were expecting a child. And so I made a decision that at that time it would be a good idea to stay home. So we agreed. I stayed home with our daughter after having her for about a year and a half. So going into age 2, we introduced her to a church preschool daycare program in Gastonia, which we loved. And after she embraced that, he and I decided maybe it's a good idea for me to enter the workforce. And so I returned to the workforce and took a job opportunity with Gaston County Schools. Well, I love working in Gaston County Schools. I have wonderful colleagues that are still in the trenches of Gaston County Schools. It's a place that served me well in my career. It served my family well, and it served me well in my leadership. I had the honor of working under the leadership of 3 superintendents and working directly with 2. And I worked with Gaston County Schools for nearly 18 years. Honestly, I can only speak for my family personally. The public school sector served our family well. Gaston County Schools, if my daughter was here today, she would say the person that she is today in terms of her education is because of Gaston County Schools. She attended Brookside Elementary, Holbrook Middle, and then ultimately graduated from Highland School of Technology. And it was the teachers and the principals and administrators that surrounded her during that time that helped and shaped her education career. So it served our family well. And we're proud former parents of a graduate of Gaston County Schools, and we would share that with anyone. So, Gaston County Schools is a public school system that serves students from Cherryville to Belmont, so throughout Gaston County. And the role that I held at Gaston County Schools allowed me to have a lens to see, each township, how each township's different, how each school is different. And it also showed me that there's needs in these specific areas. So the role that I currently serve at the United Way of Gaston County allows me to continue to raise funds to help citizens across the county. I'm very passionate about helping people. And when this opportunity was presented to me, I began to think of the lens of which I had seen the community from Gaston County Schools, and thought it might be a good idea for me to use my leadership opportunity to help others in the community. So my current role, I'm the president of the United Way of Gaston County. I've been in my role since August of 2022, so right at approaching my 9th month, and I have made it my distinct goal to meet with as many people as I can to share, what we do at the United Way of Gaston County and how we serve this community. Yeah, we have a fantastic team. I'm very proud of the team of folks who work at United Way. Summer Saunders is our donor and campaign relations manager. She works alongside with me, going out to businesses to do workplace campaigns and raise funds for the programs we support. Tara Morrow, who's also new at United Way, she came on board this past December. She serves as campaign and community impact. And in Tara's role, she's involved with getting the United Way out in the community, but also working with our partner agencies to help elevate what they do and how we can better serve them. We also have 2 folks in finance. Jenna Lemire is our finance associate, and she is involved with all things finance, but she also has a community impact piece to her role through the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. And then Jennifer Grant, who has served at the United Way for 11 years, is our finance administrator. Well, the United Way, we like to say we're a convener. We kind of keep our pulse on the needs of the community, and our agency leaders also help identify the needs that they see through their individual townships. And so partnering with Gaston is good for companies to allow their associates to give back and be philanthropic as well. We're the only nonprofit in the world that company leaders can allow their employees to give back through a payroll deduction. So it's kind of like you're, paying your insurance and through your paycheck each month. You can actually run a campaign through your company, and as a corporate leader, associates can contribute as little as $5 each pay period or $5 a month, whatever speaks to their heart. We run our campaign typically in the fall, try to wrap up in the winter, and the funds that we raise through our workplace campaigns, we distribute amongst 21 nonprofit programs in Gaston County. And we ask that the programs that we fund fall in the areas of education, health, and financial stability. So as a corporate leader, associates on your team can identify if there's an organization that speaks to their passion and speaks to their heart, like Cancer Services or the Boys and Girls Club or the Gaston County ARC, then they can designate their funds directly to that organization through the United Way. Our goal is to make sure that citizens, regardless of where they are in this community, know that there are healthy nonprofits that can come to their rescue. When people are in crisis, they sometimes do not know where to go. And as a United Way organization, our goal is to elevate these organizations so that our community neighbors and friends and coworkers, they know who they can run to when they have a need. What I would want to add is that, if you are a young person or young adult and you live in Gaston County and you want to get involved, but you're not really sure how, then contact the United Way. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on LinkedIn, reach out, let us help you get connected so you can give back to your community, because there's space for everyone.